Well, hello everyone. I see the chat on YouTube is very busy already. You guys look like you're settling in for a long show. I'm going to try to move things along as quickly as I can without feeling rushed. Chris says that she's looking forward to all the new stuff and hopefully it will be over before the Ranger game at 7 p.m. It definitely will. But I hope some of you guys got your husbands on duty for cooking dinner. If you have to break this up into segments, you can do that too. Watch a little bit now and then come back and watch a little bit later. Maybe you want to binge watch the whole thing. Maybe you want to watch it later where you can put the speed on like 3 times and I can sound like a little chipmunk. No matter how you watch it, hopefully it'll be a good show. I did not do a what's new video last week because we had the Lawn Fawn release video and we also did an around the craft table video. So I couldn't squeak in another one. My weekends are very busy now, all the way through till October. Oh my God, I can't even think about it. It gets me very overwhelmed, but so I have to kind of cram everything in during the week. And, yeah, so today's the day, and I was going to break it up into a couple of videos, and I thought, nope, we're just doing it all. So hopefully you can stick around for most of it. If not, you can come back and revisit. I hope I've got this organized enough that I don't get too messed up with the order of everything, but there is a lot to show. So I'm going to start off with this Simply Stated stuff. We had a small shipment come in. I'm going to pull up a slideshow. We don't have slideshows for everything, but we have slideshows for some stuff. So I'm going to pull this up and I'm going to go like this. Yep. So there we go. So first up, we're going to look at a new set of ephemera from them, and it's called Cheat Code Controller. So if you've got gamers in your household, this is a really fun little set that has little gaming ephemera in there. And it's all kind of done in this graphic rainbow kind of design, which is really cool. So there's that one. And then we have the cameras, which are coming up next. These ones here, which I think is really fun. So that is what they look like. And again, lots of different sizes in there. And they all kind of have that rainbow splash on them. So that is really fun. And you can just use them for anything. Okay, I'm working off my lap here already. I don't like this. I feel like things are going to go flying. Let me just shuffle some things around here. Okay, here we go. That's better. And then the next one, this is a new one. It is one of my favorites. And it is just a single piece of ephemera. And it's of a girl with a knapsack in the mountains, which is me. That's me right there. Although I haven't been for several years, but I do want to get back to the mountains again. But that is a really cool one. So I love that. And then we have some stuff that we have had in stock. I grabbed some extra things just to, show and remind you of things. This one is called the Window Scenes. Kind of a wintry scene, but they're really fun. And they have all different sizes of windows and different configurations. So if you're looking for something like that. And then we have the Wine Country stamps. So these are all like postage stamps. And they all have wine imagery on them. So I know lots of people go on wine tours and things like that, which is really cool. And then we've got luggage. So great travel ephemera. And you can see how cool that looks. And I love this one. This one's called Oh, the Places We'll Go. And it's got the globes. I'm just going to hold that nice and close so you can see the globes with the airplanes. And then we have the postcards, the bundled postcards. Lots of different sizes and shapes in there. And then we have, oh, these are so cute. I think some of these were down to our last, they're just available in singles. So if you like some of them, don't wait too long because they're going to be gone. And when we order from Simply Stated, we always try to get different things in, and they don't always have the same things on their website for us to order either. So they disappear. So this one is the forest stones. So inside the stones, I'm going to hold that up nice and close so you can see, there's little scenes, and they're really cool. So you can see the one in the back there has like the trees. So there's lots of different options in the package. Hello, everyone. I see you all coming in and saying hello. And then with Father's Day coming up and also summer, this one is called The Man, the Myth, the Legend Fishing Accessories. So there's lots of things in here that are related to fishing. And you can see on the graphic here kind of what those look like. I love the colors. They're muted, but outdoorsy. So there's knapsacks and there's jars with fish in it. There's worms and bait and all kinds of cool things. And then there's also, Mary says, this might be a dumb question. There is no dumb questions. But how do you attach these? Will glue show through? No, they're like cardstock, ephemera, like same as Simple Stories and Echo Park and all those companies. So they are not see-through at all. And you can just attach them with glue, just like you normally would. Whoops, now we're showing everybody's comments. Sorry. Yep, so that's not a dumb question. You can use foam adhesive if you want to pop them up. They're great for layering and all kinds of fun stuff. So not a dumb question at all. So here's the fishing accessories. Oh, no, that's not the right phone. I'm sorry, I didn't flip the slide. There we go. So this is just fishing. So this one gives you the boats and all the different fish and the fishing gear and lures. Fun things like that. They're all very, very popular. I mean, we bring these in and they come in and disappear and come in again. So these ones are larger. You only get 4 different pieces in here. I'm just going to quickly, oh, yep, I can open this one. I'm just going to open this so you can get an idea of what one of them would look like. So see here. So that's kind of a big one. So great for layouts. You could definitely put this on an A2 size card as well if you went horizontally. And then you could have a greeting down at the bottom or something like that. So really, really great colors and scenery. The artwork is really, really cool. So that is the fish, the extra large fish. And there's the 4 different designs that are shown in the package there. And then we have, oh, here's another one. So we've had this one before, but we did restock it. There I am again, climbing up those mountains, going through the forest. And then we have this very large, and I'm going to probably take down the slide for a minute just so you can see. Let's remove that. So here is the globe. So it is quite big. But this would take up a whole 12 by 12 sheet. And then you've got the airplane. You could put some photos on here. You can layer up some other ephemera and things that you have. These go fast, very fast. So we've had them in for about a week or so. And people have been picking them up. But I didn't do a live. So not everybody knows. But isn't that a cool piece of ephemera? I just love that. And then there is a larger one here too for these borders, which I will have a slide for. But as you can see, you know, width-wise, they're going to take up most of a 12-inch piece of paper. This front one is a little shorter, but the back one is longer. And I will have a slide to show you kind of what that looks like. But they're really cool. Just add this back to the stage here and get the right view. There we go. And then we do have, this is, I think, our last package of the True North titles. And these are all the provinces and the word Canada. So lots of cool graphics there for Canadian stuff. And there's the borders. That's what those look like when you open them up. So you get the 2 different scenes. Isn't that really cool? I love those. So if you've been anywhere where you see scenery like that, this is a great way to get your page started. And then, of course, we've got goofy ones. We've reordered these a couple of times already. These are the Holstein cows, and they're just a bunch of cows in here, but they're all doing goofy things, and they have very big nostrils, and they're just a lot of fun. So you can add these to card fronts or journals, planners, all those kinds of things, and scrapbook layouts. And then next up, we have our cute cluckers. Now, these are just so much fun. I just love them. I've got these chickens doing all kinds of great things. So I love those. And these are in limited quantities, ladies. They're not going to last long. And then we've got the quirky dogs. The quirky cats have already sold out, so we don't have them anymore right now. But there's your quirky dogs. So that's everything from Simply Stated that is kind of new. We do have a few things left over from some of the previous releases that we brought in, but not much. So if you are a Simply Stated fan, make sure you go and check that out, because there's lots of great stuff hanging around. But again, quantities are limited. Okay, so I'm going to remove my slideshow first. Sorry, I've got other things to show you. So we're going to move on to Pink and Main. Now, Pink and Main, this is a great release, but they came out with a new product, and I was really excited about it, and they are rub-ons. So I've got 4 different packages here, and there's 2 sheets in each package, and this one is just adorable. Like, look at the cute imagery on here, and they're rub-ons. So you're just going to take these images and you can rub them onto your projects. So whether it be layouts, cards, planners, journals, anything that you want. I'm going to flip it over. So it comes with a little popsicle stick, and there is all the imagery that is on the 2 sheets. So this one is holiday themed, but that's okay. Like, so winter and Christmas, I got them all because I thought, oh my gosh, these are so great. So it does give you a popsicle stick to rub on with, but we've talked about this before, and somewhere on my card, oh, here it is. We have just restocked our favorite tools for scoring and for using for rub-on. So these are from Prism Studios, and they are Teflon bone folders. One is in the shape of a pencil, and the other one's a little bit wider. They do exactly the same thing. They're really great for applying rub-ons as well. The Teflon just allows everything to glide and slide really nicely. And they don't leave marks, and they're just really great. So this is the first one. And here is sort of a fall themed one. So these are like all the seasons. And that, oops, let's get the popsicle stick out of the way. That is the imagery for that. Aren't they so cute? Yes, and they do have book themes on everything, so it's kind of nice. And then this one, I would say, is like, I don't know, it's spring/summer, but I love, like, the florals are beautiful. Again, those stacks of books. You've got the little geese. These popsicle sticks really like to be in the way. And this one has some cats. So if you're a cat lover, that's all the imagery there. And then this one here is sort of, I would say, heart themed. And there is all the imagery for that. So they're really cute, especially if you like the book theme. And I don't know, I thought it was something different. And so we got all of those in. So that's from Pink and Main. And then I'm going to pull up the slideshow because we've got some help here with some images. Okay, so first thing I'm going to show you is a die that's called Note Pages die. So you can see that you get a die that gives you the perforations at the top and down the side. And you can see by the die that it's going to give you the lines on your page when you cut these out too. So they're not overly large. I think it's a great focal point for things. So you can use these for journaling on your layouts. You can use them for photo spots. You can use them for focal points on your cards. So there's lots and lots of options for these. They're cute, and they come in both directions, which I like as well. And then we've just got a few samples here that Amanda has gathered up for the slideshow here. So there's an A2 size card, so you can kind of see the sizing of that. You can use it for your sentiments, images, all kinds of great things. And then we've got, excuse me, a stamp and die combo. This one is called Typed Greetings. And you've got this gorgeous typewriter. And then you've got all of these greetings that fit right in this part of the typewriter. So you kind of have the image and your sentiment kind of all goes together. And then there is a die to cut it out. So you can stamp this directly onto your foundation, or you can stamp it and then cut it out. Now, the cool thing about a stamp like this is that you see how it's got like areas where there's black in the imagery. That is kind of nice because it helps you know where to shade if you're coloring. So these kinds of images are really fun to work with. So that is that one. It's called, again, Typed Greetings. And we've got a few samples to show. There's one there. And there's another one. And this particular card here, they didn't even color it. They just left it black and white, which is kind of a cool idea. And then make your background more colorful. And that one, then they colored it in. And this one uses that notebook kind of as a backdrop in behind, which is a nice way to create layers. And then the next one up is a set, just a small set. It's called One for the Books. So you can see the image is a row of books and they've got a bow wrapped around it. So some of them the spine show, some of them the pages show. And then you've got a couple of sentiments. And then there is a die both for the image and for the sentiment strips at the bottom. So it's a cute little set. Again, you can stamp this image directly onto something, or you can use the die to cut it out. And then Amanda gathered a couple of images here for us to see. And I love this one because it shows that you can put two of the rows of books side by side and create a border. So you could do that several times and make it look that way for a layout. So there's lots and lots of options. I love that. And then we have, oh, there's another one. That one's kind of done like rainbow. That's my favorite. Then we have the Cozy Shelf Bundle. So this one is the bookshelf. So you can see the bookshelf there. And then you get lots of accessories to put on your shelves. So you've got lots of book configurations. You've got plants. You've got animals. You've got paintbrushes. You've got candles and mugs. And then look at this adorable girl down here carrying the stack of books. And then you've got some greetings to go along with that. And then you can see here that you've got dies for all of the images except for the sentiments. Okay, so there's no dies for that. And when you cut out the bookshelf, it'll actually cut out the centerpieces for your shelves as well. So it's a really, really fun set. I love this. So you can see the cat nestled on top of the bookshelf and the girl carrying the stack of books. I love, this one is my favorite. I love the colors on this one. It's very soft and muted. And then they have another set that is called, what's this one called? This one's called Good Story. And this one has 3 different scenes that has an open book, and then they have the characters on top. So that all stamps as one image. And then there are dies for those. And then you get a few little things like a little heart. This one looks like a tag. You've got a leaf. And then you've got your greetings as well. So really, really sweet imagery on that one too. And you can use one or you can use all 3. All right, let's remove this and we'll pop this one up. Okay, and then moving on to the last one, we have the page turner. So this, oops, sorry, I forgot to adjust my view. There we go. So this one's got the bookshelf. It's got the bear on the stack of books. It's got the hedgehog standing on the books. It's got this really cute mouse reading and the turtle. Oh my gosh. And then you've got some really great greetings and then dies for all the imagery. Now I do have a couple of card samples too. Now these were sent to us from Pink and Maine. I'll just run through quick the ones that are showing here. So there's that top image with the cat. They are super adorable. I just love them. And there's the little hedgehog dancing on the book. And there's a bunch of them. So you've got, oh, this is all of them? Yep. So there you've got the bookshelf on the top. You've got the teddy bear. Oh, the hedgehog's missing on this one. You've got the turtle and you've got the mouse. And there's another one where you use a bunch of them. Okay, that's the library card. We'll talk about that in a minute. But here's a couple samples. So here is the turtle. Like, I'm going to go up real close so you can see him. Like, what? But this also shows you that notebook, how it looks when you die cut it out. See how it makes the edges all ripped? And then look at the lines that come on the die when you cut it out. And then here's one just it done in a pattern paper, just as a like a layering piece. And this is the row of books that I showed you earlier. And it's got the library card in the back here, but this one's really big. I don't know how they did that because that stamp is not that big. And then this is one of the scenes from the ones that have the books with the scenes on top. And then the final set is the library card. And this is what I was saying. I don't know how they made this library card that big because it must have come in one of their pattern paper packs because it's not that big. But this is the library card, and there is a die right here. The die will cut out the library card, and then it gives you these two paper clips that go over top. And you can put imagery right on top of that, or you can use it as an actual library card. That's the library stamp and die bundle. It's too big. There's no way. It can't be the library stamp and die bundle because that's just too big. It don't work. So I don't know how they did that. Oh, I see. This is foiled. So they have a foil set panel that does that. That's why. It is a foil one. I figured it out. Okay. And there it shows a little pocket with the library card inside. And then you've got one of the little clips. And that's it. Okay, let's take that one down. Oh, remove. Okay, there we go. So that is the new product from Pink and Main as far as stamps and dies go. Now, there is also another tool. It's not a new tool. It's new to them. And it's another option. So this is a anti-static powder tool. So I'm going to pull it out and show it to you here. So here is the little tool. And in the bottom is the powder. I know you probably can't see it. There's a little container down in there that has the powder in it. So this comes empty. And you just pop this lid off, and there is your little powder tool. And the bottom unscrews, and that's where you fill it up with the powder. And then you just take this, and you can pounce this on your panels, just like the Tailored Expressions one. But if you're a Pink and Main fan, or you want a second one, or you want a different color or something like that, but it works very similar to the Tailored Expressions one. So that is the new anti-static tool from Pink and Main. So that is available from them as well. Okay, so that's all that stuff. What's next? Okay, it looks like Altenew, and I'm not going to add that to the stage yet. So what we're going to do is talk about a couple of things before we add the slideshow. We've got some paste, we've got some watercolors, and then we're going to talk to you about foam tape and adhesive. So we have restocked the shimmer relief paste in the shimmer, the white shimmer. See how that looks all shimmery, and this stuff is like butter. We sell a lot of this. It comes in a bunch of different colors. We're kind of sticking to the neutrals. Those are the ones that sell the most. But if there's other colors that you're interested in, just let us know because we can bring them in. Every time we order from them, we bring in new stuff. So we're happy to do that. But this one is the shimmer. And then we also brought in just the plain white. So if you're looking for just plain white paste to drag through stencils and do techniques with, their paste is beautiful. And this is just the plain white. And then we also have brought in their watercolor palettes. There are 24 half pans of color in here. I'm going to flip it over so you can see all of these colors are in here. So if you like to watercolor and you're looking for a new set, they're all individually wrapped. And they're pretty awesome. Altenew products are very, very good quality. So if you're looking for something to add to your library for watercolor, we've got those. And then we're going to talk a little bit about our foam tape and sticky tape from Altenew. So we started out carrying just the big rolls, these ones here. So this is your dimensional tape, 1/2 inch, pretty standard. I absolutely love this. It is amazing. I am down to this much in my roll, and I'm ready to start a new one. And I already have it hanging on my shelf because I've mentioned this to you in videos before, especially when I'm creating. If you have not graduated to the rolls of foam tape versus the little foam squares and foam dots, you really are missing out. The ability to cut the pieces the size that you want is so nice. I mean, for a while, I only used the foam dots and squares, and I was happy with them until I tried a roll. And what it does is it just allows you, like, you can pull off and cut a strip this long. You can cut a very, very, very thin piece. Now, the trick to success with this foam tape is a good pair of scissors that has a coating on them that doesn't stick to adhesive. So the Spellbinders fine detail scissors are the ones that I grab the most when I'm doing stuff like this. They also have the big pro shears, this size as well, which I also use for things. Great for cutting foil, but it also has that coating on there that makes it very easy to cut. So I can literally cut a teeny weeny sliver of this foam tape, and I don't have any problems with that on my blade. So if you haven't tried one of the bigger rolls, I highly recommend it. It is a bit more of an investment when you first buy it, but they last forever. They really do. So you'll be very surprised that you won't be buying adhesive for quite a long time, unless you're like a crazy crafter, like Christina maybe, or where you're constantly making cards. But even still, it's more economical to go this way than it is to buy the squares and the dots. We carry both because I know people like different things. So you do you, but it's definitely worth it. So we do have the very large roll of 1/2 inch foam tape, but we also have a bunch of other options for foam tape. So if you don't want a really big roll, you can get a smaller roll. This is 1/2 inch wide, but this one here is 1/8 thickness. So it's a bit thicker than this one, which is, I think, 1/16, if I'm not mistaken. But this one is a little bit thicker. It shows it right on here. So it kind of gives you more dimension. They also have a 1/4 inch wide 1/8 thickness. Okay. And then they have 16th thickness. So it's thinner. So if you don't want a lot of pop, you can get something thinner. And then they also have 1 inch wide 1/16 of an inch. So there are lots of options, and they're all up on our online store, so you can see that. And this is white foam tape. Now they've come out with black foam tape. So the tape itself is black. So when you're working with darker colors, if you don't want to see underneath and see white, then you can get black foam tape for that too. So, and they have that in different thicknesses as well. So we've just brought that in as well. And we're selling a ton of this. It's hard to keep it in stock. We keep increasing the quantities each time we order. So lots of stock is available right now. So it's definitely something you should look at if you haven't looked at it closely. The other thing is they have a line of sticky tape. So this would be what is best for shaker cards. There isn't going to be one thick enough for shaker cards. You're usually going to have to double up your tape for a shaker card because you need the well to be deep enough depending on what you're putting in it. So, I mean, you probably want to go with the 1/8 versus the 1/16 because that'll be thicker. But I find that with shakers, sometimes you have to double up your foam tape anyways, just so that you can get enough depth. But we have been using, I mean, the only thing that was really available for a long time was score tape. And score tape is a wonderful product. Don't get me wrong, but there are other options. If you've always bought score tape, maybe try something a little bit different. They've got rolls of 1/4 inch. They've got 1/2 inch, and they've got 1 inch tape, and they are 50-meter rolls. So you just peel it off the same way you do the score tape. You remove the backing, and it's a nice, super tacky adhesive. So definitely check out their products for that because we're carrying more and more of that as well. And we'll continue to carry the score tape on top of that as well. Because they're, like I said, people love the score tape and we're happy to carry both options. But I just wanted to bring those to your attention as well. I've been waiting to try the Altenew foam tape. Well, the wait is over. Or you've been wanting to. Yes, you really should try it. It's really great. I have to say, I used to use the Scotch big foam roll. I have that here too. But here it is. It's a great adhesive. Scotch is a very well-known brand. But I find myself grabbing the Altenew more often. So I just like how, I don't know, it's whether the tape is more dense or what it is. I just really like it. So all the tapes we carry are good, but you always have favorites, right? And I would say right now, Altenew is definitely my favorite. So the other thing, we have a new variety pack of cardstock in from Altenew. This is called the Spring Serenade. So they're just nice colors for this time of year. And you can see the variety right here. So Pink Diamond, Puffy Heart. I don't know even how to say that. I'm not even going to try it because I'll get it wrong. Pumpkin Pie, Chamomile, Warm Sunshine, Parrot, Olive, Volcano Lake, and Lagoon. So those colors are all in here. There's one sheet of each. So if you're just looking for a nice variety pack of cardstock, you can grab that. And then let's bring our slideshow up. Curious, would you consider bringing in Altenew inks round? So the thing is, it's a good question. I do like Altenew inks. We carry a lot of ink, like a lot. And the Altenew brand is not as popular as the other brands that we carry. We only have so much space. That's the thing. Now, that being said, we are happy to order you any colors that you want. And we don't have to order them in large volumes from Altenew. So we can do that. We can do that with reinkers, and we can do that with the pads and the cubes and all the things. So if there's things that you're interested in, please let us know, and we're happy to bring them in. But as far as stocking the full library of colors, I don't think that that's going to happen at this time. But it's a very good question, and thank you for asking. Again, anytime at all that you're interested in a product, you can reach out to us, and we're happy to look into it or, give you reasons or whatever. You love their shade families. Yeah. And we're, like I said, we're very happy to order them in for you. We order from Altenew quite frequently. So you shouldn't have to wait too long, a couple of weeks, and we should have them in. Okay, let's bring up this slideshow. Okay, so they have a new embossing folder out, the ones with the words. The words are really popular. This is called Handmade Happiness. And when you emboss it, you get all of those words as part of your background. So you can do it on colored cardstock or white. You can do all the fun techniques that you can do with embossing folders with this as well. So there you can see what it looks like on all the different colors. And then they have a new set called Arched Doors. And this is a really cool set because you can mix and match this with products that you already own. So if you have florals, if you've got planters, if you've got, critters, all those kinds of things all work very nicely with a piece like this. So you get all these different designs for your doors. You even get the different steps. And then you can pair it up with whatever you have. And it's one of those things that's not themed either. So you can use it for any theme at all. And you can see how versatile it can be. Now, I'm very excited about this piece. Oops, that's this one here. This is called Pegboard Canvas Cover Die. So this is one of those cover plates that you just cut out and you can use as a background on your card front, as shown in the photo here. You don't even have to pierce out the holes if you don't want to. You can kind of just leave them in there and it can be an impression. You can also use dies to do embossing on your papers as well. But this does have holes. So you can imagine what my brain is doing. You can stitch on this. And it's a nice large piece. It covers the whole front of a card. So it does give you the option to stitch on it. So whether you do the full panel or whether you just pick a pattern, a cross stitching pattern, you can actually cross stitch it out onto the panel, which I really love. And you can just use it as a decorative panel. You can also take the panel, pierce out all the holes, and then you can run paste over it, which is kind of what they've done here, to sort of clog up some of the holes and create a focal point for all kinds of things. So this is kind of a really handy little die to have. You can do a lot of different things with it, as you can see by all of the samples we've got here. Karen says, you must love somebody really well to give that stitched card away. The thing is, some people, like, well, myself, I love to stitch. And it's something that you can sit and do in front of the TV. And it doesn't feel like you've put a lot of time into it because you're just passing the time while you're doing it. It's a really, really fun thing to do. I know Jennifer McGuire does a lot of stitching. She finds it very therapeutic and helps with anxiety. So it just, I mean, it's a fun thing to do. You either love it or you hate it. I know that. And yeah, it's a lot of work when you put all that time into a card, but it's the process and the joy of making is really the way you have to kind of look at it. So next up, we have one of their mini delight sets, and these are kind of fun. So in here, you get the die set that creates the crate at the bottom here, and then the floral. Those are dies. And then there's also a stamp set. Let's open it up so I can show it to you. So you've got the stamp set that has the little garden rake and the shovel. You've got your greetings, and then you've got some greenery that you can stamp as well. So that is really cool. And look at, there's even a little shovel and rake in the packaging for the die. But you can do a lot of really fun things with these. And these little sets are very inexpensive. And you can do lots of fun things. So they give you some ideas on the back of how to use the things together. But then we've got some samples here too, just showing you what they can. Christina, I hate it. Yeah, well, you don't have to love everything. I mean, that's why there's all this variety out there. This is my favorite one. I love the soft muted colors of this one. And you can see on here, they've used the dies to create the basket and the greenery in the basket. But then you can see that very subtle shading in the background. That's done with the stamp set that comes inside of here. So I like how they've combined that together. The simplicity of this card is really cool. Okay, so zero waste panels. Altenew has quite a few that are very, very popular. This is their newest one. It's called Fluttering Fantasies, and it creates a panel like this. When you run it through your die cut machine and pop all the butterflies out, you're left with this. So you can run this through several times in all different colors, and you can use all the butterflies individually like this, or you can piece them back into this like a puzzle and use it as a nesting die. So you can use it 3 different ways, which is really great. And you can see that you can use the butterflies as single layers, or you can layer them up and create dimensional ones. So I think this one is going to be really popular. That's their newest one. Now we brought in all of their other ones again as well, because they always sell really great. This is the wildflower one. So you can see that you get the panel there, and then you get all of these individual pieces, but you can put them together to create swags and clusters of flowers on their own. So really cool. Then they've got the autumn leaves, which again, panel, individual pieces, or you can cluster them together. This is their holiday one. It's called Berries and Branches. Doesn't have to be holiday. Could be just outdoorsy as well, but you can definitely make it look Christmassy. And then this one is the leaf pattern. So just lots of greenery that you can use. And then this is the floral cover. So you can get lots of different flower layers and stuff. So we've got them all in again. And I think I just have some samples for the butterfly one here that you can see how cool they look. You can use one individual butterfly, or you can use a whole bunch. And there's that panel. And then there's the meadow one, just to show you. That was the one, the first one I showed you after. There's the meadow one, just to show you that you can, you know, create different options with all the pieces that pop out. And there's your meadow background. Isn't that cool? So I love that. Okay, and then we've got this die here. We brought this back in again. It's the Fireside Escape die. And it does the fire pit and the two chairs that everyone loves using in the summertime. So you can create some pretty cool summertime scenes, but you can also use it in the winter. So I grabbed this image just to show you that it's multi-seasonal. You can do lots of different things with it. And I also think this would be a really cool thing to have on a layout as well. Like you can create scenes using the dies, which is really fun. Okay, that's it. Let's remove that. And then I just wanted to show you one more thing that we have some samples for. So we just restocked this die. This is the Garden Cosmos die. Very popular. You don't need my scissors in there. It creates really beautiful florals. And inside here you get a folder that you open up, and it shows you how to layer everything together. And it's very, very easy to do. But you can see it gives you a guide, and you create the most beautiful flowers. Now, Christina has made some samples, and I'm showing these. We were going to do a live together because in the background of this, there is a hot foil plate, and we will probably still do the live. But I wanted to show her samples because I wanted you to see these florals. But this is the flower that is created when you use this die. Isn't it gorgeous? So that's one sample. Here's another one. And we're also introducing on this one, the bee. So this is the Bubbly Bumblebee. And it is a die set that creates this lovely bee. And this bee can be added to lots of different things. But look how well the bee kind of fits in there. And you can take note of the backgrounds as well, but we will hopefully be doing a live on this when we do Around the Craft Table. And then here is a third card showing you just how beautiful these blooms can be. And you can just use one, or you can use them all together. However you want to do it. You can add color. You can leave them plain. It's a really beautiful set. So we have just restocked that, and I don't imagine it's going to last too long. It's called Garden Cosmos. And then don't forget the Bubbly Bumblebee, because he's also a great addition as well. Okay, so that's it for Altenew. What's next in my slideshow here? Okay, next we're going to go with Concord and Ninth. Okay, so Concord and Ninth. Let's talk about this pile first. See if I can get it up here without knocking it all over. The buzz this week has been about their new color release. So they just did a neutrals release. I didn't bring that all upstairs to show. We did show it in a previous slide, but don't forget about the neutrals. They pair up so nicely with all the other colors in the lineup that they have. So we've got inks. We've got the ink pads are coming. They were 5 weeks behind. So we've got ink cubes. We've got refills. We've got cardstock, all available in the neutrals. And now we've got all the new colors available in ink pads, ink cubes, re-inkers, enamel dots, and in cardstock. Oh, I think the neutrals came in enamel dots too. So we were shorted on the basil refill. They only sent us one, and they sent another color for the other 11 that we ordered. So we only got one. So only one lucky person was able to order the refill. We will get more in when we order their May release. So it's just going to be lagging behind a little bit. They made an error when they sent them out. They said they sent us the number we asked for, but they didn't. So they sent another color instead. So these are the 4 colors. There's Aster. Let's get them in alphabetical order. Aster, Basil, Berry, Bluebell, Capri, and Surfside. So that's all of the 6 colors. That's the ink cubes. And then we've got the full-size ink pads in them as well. And then we've also got all the cardstock. Okay, so you've got all the packs of cardstock available in those colors. And then we also have a collection pack that gives you 2 sheets each of all 6 colors. What color is the coral one? There is no coral. Are you talking about this one right here? That's Berry Kiss. Okay, that one's called Berry Kiss. Yeah, so that is all. There is a collection pack with 2 each of the 6 colors. And then here's all the enamel dots that are available in those colors as well. And then we also have a little swatch set. This is a stamp set that gives you all of the color names. We had the full set in stock as well, but it's sold out already. So I'll be ordering more of those. But it gives you a little stamp to do your swatching and then all of the names of the new colors. So you can use that when you're doing your swatching and labeling as well. And then we also have sticker labels for these as well, but I didn't bring those upstairs either. So that is all of the new colors for Concord and 9th, which is very exciting. Everyone gets very excited when new colors come out. So that is part 1. I'm going to get this back on my shelf without dumping it. And then part 2 are some new stamps and dies. Now we have been selling out of things already. So I don't have everything here. Oh, they're out of stock. Okay. Maybe that's why I don't have them. See, like you guys don't wait for us to do lives. Like you're stocking the what's new section. And I think it's great. The stuff starts selling immediately. Sometimes by the time I get to do a live, things are sold out. Sometimes I'm holding the last of something in my hand as we're talking about it. Sometimes people are putting orders in while I'm talking and it's already sold. So let's add this to the stage here and we will talk about some of these. So this is from Christina Werner's collection with Concord and 9th. This is her square thin frames die. And we just have some samples here showing you what those frames look like. It's using other products in the collection, but it does give you these square thin frames in the die set. And I'll just run through the slides here to show you. It's a fun way to create a border or a frame focal point. And then we have the framed script hellos. So I'll just flip it over so you can see what they look like. So the die is going to cut out the frame with the word hello, the frame with the word hi, and the frame with the hey you. But there's also another die that cuts the background layer. So there's 2 dies for each one of these sections, and you can see what they look like on the cards. It's a really nice way to do a sentiment. And then we have the bold strips bundle. So you get both of these stamp sets in this bundle. One of them has some stamps to do the strips, and then there's one to add detail. And then you get all of these sentiments that come along with that. And then this is also a background stamp that does this pattern as well. And I believe you can take this one and fill in so you can get lots of different patterns, but you can mix and match these to make plaids and lots of different widths of stripes, which is really cool. And you can see that on some of these samples. That's a cool one. And then this one, I don't know if we have any of these left. This is Aubrey Bloom's stencil pack. So it creates that beautiful floral. And her stencils are oversized. So when you stencil out this whole panel, it's 6 by 9. And then when you cut it in half, you get 2 panels for an A2 size card. So it's a pretty cool concept. I love it. And I'll just show you a couple of images there with that stencil. She does have an incredible line, definitely very popular for sure. And then her detailed frames. So each one of these dies does a different frame. So there's 3 of them. And then there's also the Just a Note greeting in the middle. And that's what those frames look like when they're cut out. You can see those. And then you can see them on her card samples. A great layering option for sure. Oh, there's one left. Okay, so the one that I'm showing. Okay, now this one's my favorite one from the release. It's called the Hand-Picked Bundle. So you get a beautiful die set. And this die here is your base die. And you can see that it puts all this etching into your paper. And then you have all these other pieces that you layer on like a puzzle, and you create layers. You don't have to use this. You can just use the pieces individually, but it's pretty spectacular. And then there is a greeting set that goes along with it. I'm going to flip this over here just so you can see what it looks like. There is a die here that allows you to cut just the edge of your panel out, and that's what's showing on here. So the die just cuts just along this edge here, which is really cool. So lots of options. And again, all these little blooms can be used individually as well. So there's a lot of potential for a set like this. And we've got some really cute samples to share. And it shows the greetings as well. You can just switch up your colors and the way you display the flowers, and you get so many different looks. And there's that design that's on the back here, where it's cut out the edge, which I just think is such a great idea. Okay, so we're done that one. And then we did restock a number of their background panels. These are very popular, and they're very unique because, let me grab a piece of paper here. I don't have a piece handy. Well, I'll just use my little note here. So let's pretend this is a full panel. You can do your panel this way, or you can do it this way. So it does horizontal and portrait style cards. And this one is the paw print. And then we have the cloud. So again, you can go this direction, or you can go this direction. And then this is the double stripe. So just really good staples to have in your stash, and they're top sellers for us. So we brought those back in. So that is it for Concord and Ninth. Do I have any more slideshows? Oh, I do. Let's do this one. Let's do. It is very smart, very innovative, right? I love it. Let's do our LDRs slideshow right now. So new company to us. We brought in the things we were most interested in, and we're going to see how it goes. And if it's popular, Weekender. Do I know when the Weekender's arriving? It's arriving near the beginning of May. And then the actual event is the end of May. So that's all I know so far. It could show up earlier. Sometimes they're ahead of schedule, but they said beginning of May is when we can expect it. So, okay. So LDRs, we are bringing in our favorites, and then we will go from there. And if it's a popular thing, we will continue to order from them. We're excited to have them in our lineup of products. I've had my eye on them for quite some time. But you just never know when to jump in. So this is, again, we brought in a small sampling of their products. If you are interested in specific things, please reach out to us. We're happy to bring them in. We're hoping to be ordering them from them quite regularly. Yes. So the aqua ink transfers is one of the main reasons I ordered. The other thing that I really loved was the, what are they called? Let me tell you. The Eclipse dies. I think they're really cool. I like their collage stamps. They have quite a number of products. So we're going to go through some of them now, and I'll just show you. So funny story with this one. Somehow this got into my cart, and I could not remove it. I wanted a different collage stamp to start off with, but I ended up getting this one too because I couldn't remove it from the cart. But that's okay. This is the North Pole collage stamp set. So they have quite a number of collage sets. I wasn't going to bring in Christmas at this time of year, but that's okay. You can do a lot of really great things with these sets to accent. I look at them right away, and I think they're going to be perfect for scrapbook layouts. I love to add stamps to my mixed media backgrounds, and these collage stamps are perfect for that. So that's where I'm going with it. They have a line of postage stamps that go along with their collage system. It is different than the waffle flower one. I don't think it's compatible. So I'm not sure if we're going to bring in their whole postage collage system, but it works nicely with that too. It will work nicely with the waffle flower postage collage system. And I just think it's a really fun way to do stamp sets. So you've got your little postage stamps, you've got some texture stamps, you've got some word stamps, you've got just some imagery that you can use to decorate things. And then you've got different seasonal stuff as well. So I love it. I think it's really fun. It's a great font. They're small stamps, so you can cluster them and do all kinds of fun things with them. So this is the North Pole collage stamp set. And then they do have two. Oh, maybe I should just continue showing you samples. I get carried away with my talking. So this is just showing you different ways to use them. Obviously, they're going to promote them with their line of products, but really open your mind and think, oh, you know what? I could do this with this. I could do this with this. I just think it's a really cool way to play with stamps. So these are the Eclipse dies. So you'll notice that they have kind of like a grooved out section, and you can put panels back in. It's hard to describe. We will be doing some demonstrations with this. I'm sure they have videos on their YouTube channel. I think that she goes live every week and does different things. Here they're being shown with the Aqua ink transfer sheets, which we'll talk about in a minute. But I got in two different styles of their Eclipse dies. So one is an inverted corner rectangle and the other one is a hand torn rectangle. So this is two dies. So the inside does the little slots and the outside is like a shadow die for this, like a background. So you can use just the shadow die just for that shape if you want to do that. Same thing with this one, the torn edge. You can use just that shadow die to get that torn edge focal point, or you can pair it up with the piece that's slotted like this. So those are the two kinds of Eclipse dies that we got in. And you'll just see some samples here. This is the die without the slots. Okay, so really cool. And there's that inverted corner without the slots or with the slots. So it's a very, very cool concept. I really like it. You can use it with lots of different things. You don't have to use it with the Aqua ink transfer sheets. You can use it with stamped images that you have, stenciled images, lots of different things. But I really love the effect that it has, and we will be doing some samples. So now let's talk about the Aqua ink transfers. So these are kind of like a rub-on, but not really. So in each package, you get 10 transfer sheets. There's 2 each of 5 different designs. But on one sheet, you're getting, on this particular case, you're getting 2 images. So in here, I'll flip this over. You're actually getting, 2 images on each of the 10 sheets. So that's a lot of designs. And they kind of, the way I'm going to relate it to you is they're kind of like those tattoos that you put on your skin. You peel the front off, you put them on your skin, and you put a wet cloth on them. And then the image transfers to your arm or wherever. Kids use them a lot because they're temporary. These are similar to that. You basically trim out your image. You peel off the protective sheet on the front. You put it face down on your watercolor paper. You spritz it with water. You let it sit for a minute. You rub it with your finger, and then you peel off the backing, and the image transfers onto your paper. So you want to use watercolor paper when you're doing it because you're using water to transfer the image. But it is really spectacular, and they're so detailed, and they're so beautiful. So let's just open up this one. This is the Serafina one, and I'll just show you what is inside the package, just so you can see. So here is 2 sheets of this design, and if you peel this, see that it's got that that front on it, but the image is on the back. So there's 2 of those. There's 2 of these. There's 2 of these. And 2 of these. And 2 of these. So that's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20 images in one package. So it might look like they're really expensive, but if you look at how much you get, it's quite a lot. And I don't know about you guys, but if you have a stamp set that you pay, I don't know, $40, $50 for, do you use it this many times? No. And this is the thing. This is so easy to do. You don't have to color. You don't need a fancy like stencil set to color it all in. It all comes pre-done. You're just going to transfer the image on the front and you're ready to go. So it's a very, very cool way to do cards. So there's 3 different designs right now. This is the watercolor floral, the Serafina, and then this one is called Brilliant Blooms. And this one is a little bit different. So this one has clusters, but then it has also smaller ones too. So you can do lots of different things, or you can just use just the butterfly or just the swag. So there's lots and lots of options. But you use 2 images to do 1 card with the eclipse. Yes, that's correct. If you're using the eclipse dies. But if you're not using the eclipse dies, then you can use them just like they are. Like this could just be the border along the bottom of a card with a greeting across the top. So they are very versatile, and you can do a lot of fun things with them. So you just got to give us a little bit of time to get them in and get our girls working with them. And then we will have samples and demos and stuff. We did bring in their watercolor cardstock, 10 sheets, 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. So the same as a card front. So you can pick those up if you don't have any watercolor paper. It's a nice, easy way to get started. I'll just go through some of the slides that we've got here. Oh, sorry. We're going to talk about the transfers, and then we're going to talk about these vertical sentiments in a minute. But we could only get 1. They didn't have very much in inventory, so I'm going to have to go back. But look at how beautiful these cards are with the transfers. And you can break them up into sections. Aren't they pretty? And there's the one from the Brilliant Blooms. See, like you just have a swag across the top. So they don't have to be used with eclipse dies, but they do work really nicely with them. Okay, vertical sentiments. So these sentiments, you'll look here, they go vertically down your page. I love the idea, but I was only able to get 1, and I believe this one's sold already. So we will keep our eye on their website, and as soon as they become available, we will put in another order to get more. But I just love these. I thought they were really cool. So this is the special occasions vertical sentiments. So you can look at them, but you can't have them. It's a great way to start, isn't it? But you can see how they can run down vertically on your cards. It's kind of cool. And then we have the Fuzzy Wuzzies. Now, this is a very, very cool little set. So this is the Fuzzy Wuzzies stamp and dies. And what it is are these little fuzzy blobs that you can create little characters with. And I love them. So this is the original set. You've got a few options for Fuzzy Wuzzies and accessories, so arms and legs and things like that. And then you've got some greetings and some accessories to go with it. And then there is a little die set that comes with it as well, that you can give them arms and legs and beaks and eyes and funny things. And then the envelope die and so on. So here are the dies. So you've got the envelope die, which goes with this. You've got the eyes. You've got, and there's little eyeballs here. You've got the arms and the, I can't tell what that is. There's the beak. What's this? I can't remember. But we'll show you some samples and then we'll be able to see. Okay. So that's the original set. Oh, we have to switch slides here. So here's the little Fuzzy Wuzzies up to no good. Oh, it's their little wings. That's what that is. It's the little wings. But aren't they adorable? They're really, really fun. Very different. Aren't they cute? You can stack them all up. You can make them any color that you want. They're just amazing. They're so fun. And then they came out with Fuzzy Wuzzies Cone of Shame add-on. So that's this one. So now you can make animals out of your Fuzzy Wuzzies. So you're going to stamp these and create your actual animal. So I think like this is the body, and this is the tail, this is the tail, and then you've got legs and so on. So it's really fun to create them. And then there are accessories to create the cone and the little bow in their hair, and there's paw prints and so on. So like look at the little paw prints and the little faces and so on. There's a little bone, and of course there's some greetings. And then you can make you can make these little critters. Like they're just so cute. I mean, cat and dog lovers are going to just eat this up. It's just amazing and so fun. So there's that one. And then they came out with the under construction set. So there you've got your Fuzzy Wuzzy. You've got a little set of dies here, so you can have like a little high-vis vest and all kinds of fun things. There's lots of different accessories in there. And then you have under construction Fuzzy Wuzzies. Aren't they fun? Like this one says, I dig you. Like it's really cute. So I think they're really unique. No, I don't think they can be any cuter. Like they're just, look at the sunglasses or the glasses on these guys. And the guy's got his vest way up, like over his eyeballs. It's just, they're really fun. So I really like their Fuzzy Wuzzies. So we brought those in too. And then we have the Texture It stamp. So this is just a really cool stamp set with lots of different textures. I love how they've used them with the florals. I think they look really great, but you can use them on anything. Again, it screams layouts for me because this is the kind of thing I like to have on hand when I'm creating my calendar pages each month. So that is a really fun set. And here's just some samples, just showing you the texture in the background and how you can create those layers. You can make them crossing guards. 100% you could. The Fuzzy Wuzzies can do a lot of great things. I think you can have a lot of fun with them. And there's the texture. And then this is the collage stamp I was going for here. It's the Great Outdoors because we're heading into that season. So just some really fun imagery for the outdoors. Now, their samples are going to show a lot of their postage collage. And again, I'm not saying no, but I think it would work very well with the Waffle Flower postage collage products as well. They do have some unique ones, but. And then these are really fun. So these are rub-on transfers. And we've got gold foil paint splatter and black paint splatter. So you can rub these on just like you do normal rub-ons. And it's splatter. And this one has gold foil and this one's just black. So those were really cool. I got those. Oh, Christina says, Ray, that just sold me. I always have to do teacher cards, but I'm always asked for crossing guard ones too. Yep, it's so cool. So there you can see the gold splatter, and there you can see the black splatter. So it's a really fun option. And then look at these. These are foiled rub-on transfer sentiments. So I don't know if so you can see they're foiled and they're rub-ons. You get 8 5x7 sheets in here. So there's gold and silver inside the pack. So you don't have to do the foiling yourself. You can just rub it on. I love that. And then you can just see what they look like on some cards there. And then this one is the Wildwood Skies rub-on transfer. So you can see it's foiled. There's 2 5x7 sheets, and it's like a twinkling sky, which I think is really cool. You don't have to use the whole sheet at once. You can just use little pieces of it, but I think that's a really cool thing too. So that is everything that we brought in from LDRs for now. I have a feeling it's going to be a popular brand and that lots of people are going to like it. So now I'm done with my slideshows. And we are an hour and 10 minutes in, but I still have lots to share. Okay, let me just go through my cart here and see where I haven't touched. Okay, so we've got products from Pink and Maine. Oh, sorry, Pretty Pink Posh. I already showed Pink and Maine. So we did do some restock on some popular sets. The shaker beads are always really popular. These create a lot of movement in shaker cards. And these are some nice pastels that came out. So If you're looking for some shaker beads, then you can get those. And then we have this here. This is the Mug Editions baby set. So they have a coffee mug that they have lots of add-on dies for, and you can make your mug themed. But the add-on dies can be used completely on their own, and this baby set is very popular. So we brought the baby one back in. It does a onesie. It does baby blocks. You know what? I think I used this one. I want to say I used this one to create teeny cards. Let me just grab, if I can find them really quick. I wonder. Oh, they're right here. So, just to give you an idea of what this baby set does, I made this set of teeny cards using the dies from here. So here's that little block, and you get the letters A, B, C down here. Isn't that adorable? And then here's the little onesie, and I put baby on the front of it. And here is the little the duck. And here is the safety pin and the bottle. So that just gives you an idea of what those look like. You know what? I'm never giving these away. Like, I love these. These are just the cutest things. So that is what the dies look like when you cut them out. They're really fun. So that's that one. And then this one, oh my gosh, this is a great set. This is the winter trees, but they don't have to be winter. You can do lots of different things with these, and they're gorgeous. I wish I had some slides for this, but we didn't. We were not prepared. But this is a reorder. A couple of new stencils. Well, maybe not new, but this is the twinkle one. So it does those little twinkle bursts. I love this one. This is the butterfly background. And then look at the clouds. This is such a great set. So they all are stitched, and they are different shapes. So you've got some that are flat on the bottom, different sizes, and you've got puffy ones, big and small, all different sizes. This is called Stitched Clouds. So if you need some clouds. Nancy, I don't need another baby set, but I think I need that one. I think you do too. This is the layered ladybug stencil. So it makes a whole background of ladybugs, which is really cute. This one does the watering cans. This one is so cool. This one is called Mini Checkered Stencil. And I've seen this done, obviously black and white for a checkered flag. I've seen it done in rainbow, and it just looks amazing. So I love that. Of course, paw prints are great for anything pet related. And then this one here is called Beautiful Bows. And it's just a whole bunch of different dies that do different size and shaped bows. And some of them had stitching detail on them, and some of them are just plain. But again, another really good staple to have in your stash, and it's multi-seasonal, and you can use it for lots of different things. Yeah, I love the variety of the clouds. You get lots of different ones, different sizes, so they'll layer nicely together. And I love the stitching option. So that's a fun one. So that's all from Pretty Pink Posh. Okay, let's put that away. Now let's talk about a paper set for all you scrapbookers out there. We just got a new 49 and Market set that just arrived. This one is called Faded Memory Lane. So no open stock paper. It's collection packs only. So I'm just going to hold this up so you can see the design on the papers. Isn't it beautiful? I love the color palette. I love how soft everything looks. The brown really mutes it. I'm gonna pop this open just so we can see, because I want you to see the back sides of some of the papers. Sometimes that's my favorite part, is the reverse side. We'll call it the non-themed side. Okay, so inside the collection pack, the cover sheet looks like this, and they always make it so you can use the back side. So you can use it just like it is. If you're really good with your scissors, you can fussy cut out all of these postage stamps and create something with it. And then these are the papers that come inside the collection. So they've got all this beautiful artwork done on there. And then there's the reverse. And this one is Again, got that beautiful wildflower in the corner there. And this is the reverse. Like they're just, it's very subtle and muted. I just really think it's beautiful. Who makes the little cards? That is Tailored Expressions. It's called Teeny Card. It's a teeny card and a teeny envelope. We've carried them in the past. If you want me to order them, let me know. I have, I've made other teeny cards. I had a birthday one here. What did I do with it? Oh, here's another one. No, that's a different one. They're really fun. I love making teeny cards. Teeny cards are really great if you want to just like attach them to a bag or, I don't know. They're fun. They're cute. I love them. And here we go. More of the 49 in market. Again, this is called Faded Memory Lane. Like, isn't it gorgeous? Oh my gosh. Love it. And here, look at all the layering that's done in the bottom. So you've got postage stamps and tickets, florals, tags. All of that is all done right in the paper for you. And look at this one. I love the hearts. I think that is so cool. And another cone flower on here. So this is all the paper that you get in the collection pack. It's really pretty. This one's got some musical notes on it. So that's what that looks like. And then they have a, they call it their solids pack, but this is the paper that coordinates with the line. Okay, so that is available in a collection pack as well. And then we have a paper pad. It's a 6x8 collection pack. So you get all of those papers in there. And again, the front cover sheet is usable. And the, I think the back, oh no, the back is a piece of paper. Yep. So the inside of the cover has like an exclusive paper on it. So that's the 6x8 paper pad. And then in true fashion, they have all of their great embellishments. So here we have two kinds of laser cuts. So these are the wildflower laser cuts. There's 4 sheets. And I'll just hold this up. It's all the florals and butterflies. I guess they're moths. They're not really butterflies. There's birds. There's mushrooms. All kinds of fun things in there. There's some word strips. And then I'll just show you the back. You can see how intricate all of the die cuts look. And they're just so nice to work with. And then this one is called Film Strips and Postage Laser Cuts. So this has all of these great film strips. Like, oh my gosh. And then all of these are like stamps. So all of this is so trending. And look at all those really cool mushroom ones. So very, can be very nature related. So I really think that's very cool. I need to buy an iPad so I can have the video open on my phone and order at the same time. So you need to double device. Is that what you're saying? Yep, that's happening. And then this is their rub-on sheet. So there's 3 sheets of rub-on transfers. I'll hold up the bottom here just so you can see what the designs are on here. They're gorgeous. I love these ones in the middle here. They're just going to be so great to create texture and a layered look on the papers. Like, oh my gosh. So there's that. And then there is one more rub-on transfer set. This one is called, what? It doesn't tell us. Oh, essential rub-ons and blendable rub-ons. Okay, so these were the essentials. These are the blendables. And I'll just flip that over again so you can see the artwork on there. It's beautiful, very muted, and it's going to go so nicely with all of those papers. They do have a junk journal set. And in here, you get things like pockets and frames and tabs and tags. So you don't have to use it for junk journaling. You can use these for little add-ons and interactive elements on your pages. They also work really nicely on cards for pockets and things. And then they have the ephemera set, 118 die cut pieces, all these layering pieces. There's frames, there's like old kind of photograph kind of looks. There's hearts, there's word strips. There's just tons of stuff in here. And then the chipboard set has frames and die cuts and lots of words and phrases and things like that. So all of this is part of the Faded Memory Lane collection from 49 Market. So definitely go online and check that out, because then you can see close up all the imagery. I'm just making sure I don't skip over anything here on my tray. Okay, what's at the very bottom here? Okay, we got a little bit of stuff from Tailored Expressions. So we had a customer request that we order in this sentiment set. So they have sentiments under the umbrella of group text. So what that is that you get a stamp set that stamps out the word thank you 4 times, the word happy birthday 4 times, and the word thinking of you 4 times. So this is nice to have to stamp multiples of those sentiments that you want lots of. So you get all of that when you stamp it out. And then there is a die that goes over the back and cuts them all out. And then they also have a backer die. So that gives you your die cut a shadow. So that is all available. And then there are also some foilets. The cool thing about foilets, though, is that you don't have to foil them. You can just use them the way that they are. So you can take your die from here, you can lay it over top, and you're going to get all the get well soons and all the happy birthdays. So this one has thank you, happy birthday, and thinking of you. And this one has just a note with sympathy and get well. If you're really good with your trimmer, you can just cut those as well. But the die does make it really, really handy. But if you want to foil these, you can. So that's a nice option. But either way, so that is all in stock now. And then some new products that just came out. So they have a whole series of little die sets called the Little Bits dies. And they've added to that. So we carry all the Little Bits sports ones, the basic shapes like hearts and stars. And there's a pet one that has little paw prints and fun things. There's music notes and all kinds of really cool things. And they're just small little die sets like this. So now you have the Little Bits birds and birdhouses. So again, just a small little set, but it creates these little dies. You've got the Little Bits needle and thread, which I think is super cute. You've got the Little Bits buttons. So you get those little decorative buttons. Okay, so Jan's asking back on the sentiments I was just talking about. Should you foil the whole panel first or die cut it apart? You can do it either way. If you die cut it apart, then you can take the individual pieces and just use scraps of foil. So if you want them all like to be different colors, or if you want a whole panel in one color, do the panel first and then die cut. So you have options. You can do it either way. Then we've got the Little Bits spool. So this is so cute. I could see making this and actually wrapping actual thread around here because I think it would be really cool. And then you even have the Little Bits scissors, which is super cute too. So those are all new Little Bits dies. And then we have the hexagon piercing plate. So that just creates that hexagon pattern in your cardstock. It doesn't cut it. It just impresses this stitching into it or piercing. And it just creates texture on your panel, which is really cool. A new background stamp called Cross Stitch. So it just creates that pattern. These look really good tone on tone, but it's a nice 6x6 pattern. And then this one is Micro Dot. So this is very cool. And it's just a micro dot pattern of a background stamp. So those are all new from Tailored Expressions. And then, oh yes. Okay, you guys ready? I'm going to show you some samples now before we move on to some other things. So Christina was busy playing with a new set from Honeybee called Man Cave. So here's the set and here's the layering guide. So in this set, you can create a bar and bar stools, a pool table. You've got the plants. You've got a couch. You can make this into a TV, a display board, like lots of different things. And then you've also got the lights, the bar stools, you've got a dartboard and the pool cue and the pool balls and so on. And there's even beer. So it's called Man Cave. Here's the dies. And she created some card samples for us. So here is card number 1. Look at the detail on this. Is that not crazy? So she's turned it into a birthday card. So she used this board and she put her sentiment in there, which is really fun. And here is another one where we've got a retirement card, which I thought was really cool. But look at the detail. It's so amazing. And then this one is just like a really cozy room with the pool table. And then the sentiments, I believe, are all from here. So this is called Well Played, Sir. So it's a nice masculine set. It's got the happy retirement. It's got, built for the long haul. Happy birthday. You are my hero. To the man who does everything. And then there's dies for all of that. So I love the versatility that you can get out of a set like this. You can create lots of different things. And I mean, really, if you switch up your colors, this couch, look at the detail on the couch. You can make that any color you want, and you could turn that couch into the couch and the plant into something where you can incorporate your books or your knitting or whatever. Like, so you can totally make this not a man card. You could make it a girl card. You can change up the rug and the scenery and make it into something else too. But it is designed for masculine cards, and she's done a great job with that. So thank you very much for sharing those. And then we did feature a bunch of sets from Honeybee earlier in the month that were fishing related. They came out with tools and fishing and all that kind of stuff. So the rod and reel set is not new, but we did bring it back in because it does coordinate very nicely with a lot of this stuff. And then they came out with the display box tackle add-on. So this is all of the lures and bobbers and all the fun things that go along with fishing. And then they have a tackle box die, and they also have the vest. Now, Amanda had fun playing with all of those things, and she created some pretty fun cards. So here's a retirement card with the tackle box and the tackle box add-ons. Look at all of the cool stuff that's in here. So you've got lures, and you've got bobbins and bobbers. You've got the fishing line, and then she added the rod and the reel to put over the front and turned it into a retirement card. Isn't that amazing? I love this. Love it. So that's card 1. And then here's card 2. Again, a really cool option. So here's the knife, and she's used metallic paper like for the hooks and the things like that, just to make it look a little bit more realistic. I love that rod and reel. It's so fun. And then the vest. Oh my gosh. So here's the vest. Look at the zippers. Like, Honeybee is just second to none when it comes to detail on their cards and their dies. Isn't that great? And there's that fishing pole again. And then here's another one that is a shaped card. So she's made it into a shaped card, which is really cute. Isn't that really cool? Now, it's funny because Amanda said to me, Mom, this could be a cooler. Now, let me look and see. I think she actually cut out. Hold on. I think she cut out some extra pieces here. And I want to see inside this package if she did it. Oh, yeah. Here we go. So here is... here she said the vest would look like a life jacket. so here's the life jacket, which I thought was really cute. I just dropped a fish. And then she said the tackle box, when she was making it, totally looked like a Yeti, like a cooler. So she made a Yeti cooler. So I think, again, when you're getting these things, the intention might be fishing, but you can do so many cool things with them. And I love that, she's thinking, Mom, this looks like a cooler. And she put the word Yeti on it, which I thought was cool. And then here we've got like a life jacket. So if you don't have a fisherman in your life, maybe you have somebody who, you know, wears the life jackets. Maybe they're a lifeguard. Maybe they go to the cottage and you have a boat. So, you know, lots of cool things that you can do with these. And yeah, the girls knocked these samples out of the park. Like, honestly, such a great job. And there's another sentiment called Nailed It, which is a really fun one too, for masculine things. It goes nicely with the tool sets. It goes nicely with the fishing. It goes nicely with the sports, and all that kind of stuff. So really cool options for masculine cards. So definitely check out those sets if you haven't already. They are selling fast. Inventory is getting low on some things, but that is cool. And then one more basket, guys. We're getting really close. What are we at now? An hour and 30. Oh, it's going along faster than I thought, to be honest with you. Okay, I'm just going to move some things around here so I can get them close. Okay. So in this basket, we have from Spellbinders a new embossing folder and stencil set. And it is called the Magical Fuchsia. So I didn't take the time to emboss this out, but I'm going to hold it close so you can see. It's got the beautiful fuchsia flowers. Aren't they great? And then you can add color. Here they are with the stencil. So you can use the stencil on its own, I think. And then you can also use the embossing folder to add dimension. And then you can also use the embossing folder on its own too. So that is a really cool set. And then we have a restock on our best ever craft tape in the 5/8 inch and 1/4 inch rolls. We use this all the time for holding our dies in place, working with our glimmer, all kinds of stuff. So that is taping stencils down, like lots of options for that. So that's back in stock. We heavily restocked on this beauty. So this is the Color Wheel cardstock, the 48 pack A2 size panels. So you get an A2 size panel of every color in their 48 color cardstock wheel, which I love. So great for swatching, great for on the go crafting. Just a great way to have an assortment of cardstock handy to do die cutting and things like that. So I love that. Everybody loves that set. They are always buying it. They came out with a new tool set. So this is the handy craft tool set. So you've got a nice pair of tweezers, very pointy. I wonder if I can pop this out. I don't know if I can. And then these three, I'll show you the diagram. So you've got your detailed tweezers. You have a nudger. So this is got a tip on it with an angle. Sorry, I'm not on screen. Let's see if we can get close. See the angle on that? It helps you like move your plates into place or your stamps or your sequins or whatever. And it has the tip on it so things don't stick to it. So that's kind of cool. You have your precision tool for poking out small holes and things like that. And then you've got your wax tip pickup tool. So all three of those tools plus the tweezers are in this set, which is really cool. And then you also get replacement tips for the wax pickup tool. So it's a great little set if you don't have anything like that. That is a fun one. And then we got in this fun little bundle. So we've got, okay, let's start at the beginning. This is the I Want It All bundle for the jean jacket. So this is a stencil that creates this gorgeous jean jacket. And, okay, what does it include? The die set includes 10 dies. Okay, let me just see. I got to see what is here, just so I don't steer you wrong. Oh, yes, for all the pieces. So it allows you to create the layers on top of your stencil design. And it ends up looking like a denim shirt. So really great, again, for masculine cards. But you can switch up the colors for this and make it like a pink jacket, a green jacket, like more camo-like or whatever. So lots of options for that. And then you can see here that the collar will be raised and it comes with buttons and a pocket and all that fun stuff. So that is the bundle to create the shirt. Now, Christine and I are going to be doing live on this. Then you have a really fun stamp set called Totally Awesome. And it's got some really fun greetings. that sort of take you back to the 80s. You're one of a kind. You've got flair. You're totally awesome. You've got some really cute little ones here that say, you're my favorite. No, duh. Happy birthday. Gag me with a spoon. I love that one. And that's radical. And then there is a die set for all of that. And then you've got the flair dies. Look at these. Adorable. Really adorable. And then you also have a set that creates suspenders and a shirt. So you can have a V-neck, you can have a swoop, or you can have a bow tie. And you can decide how you want to make your suspenders, whether you want them like grown up and serious, like a tuxedo type, or do you want them to be fun and groovy and have them all rainbow. So it's a really fun set. And like I said, Christine and I are going to be doing a live with that and showing you all the fun things you can do with it. And then this one, so believe it or not, this is a restock, and it's the first time we're talking about it because it sold out so quickly the first time that I had all of Amanda's samples and I couldn't even show them because we didn't have enough product. So this is a really fun set, and it centers around this bear. Oh, where's my bear? Oh, we're out of the bear. The bear's coming, the large bear. Oh, that's right. I just ordered it. So we're missing one piece. There is a large bear. I'll show him to you. He is right here. This large bear. So he's coming again. And the bear can hold things. And then they have a candy jar that you can create a really fun candy scene. And then this one here has the candy jar with things in it. So there's the candy jar die. Okay, so we've got the bear and the candy jar. And then you've got, oh my gosh, this set. This is called Let's Stick Together, and it is the gummy worms. So look at all the, look at his face. Are you kidding? The gummy worms and the gummy bears. So here's another set showing that. It's using the scoop from the candy jar. I'll show you all the samples in a second, but here's another gummy bear. They're just adorable. And then here is another gummy bear set. So there is stamps and dies for that. And then we have the candy kebab. So you get all of this different kind of candy that you can put on a stick, or you can use it individually as shown here. Isn't that fun? And then you have the Big Hugs die set. So that does this word here, hugs. It does big hugs, and it also comes with a shadow so that you can see the vellum shadow here. But you can also get a bundle that gives you a stamp and die. I'll just pull this out. So here's your stamp set. So you get greetings. You get the stamps that do big hugs, but you also get the dies that do big hugs. You can shadow. Sorry, I'm running out of talking power here. So you can stamp your words and then use the shadow from this to shadow behind them. You can die cut your words and use the shadow, but then all of these supporting sentiments work well with it too. So here, see how they're curved underneath? Hugs to a good human. They're curved here, sending worm hugs, meaning warm. You make life less sour. You can curve it around the edge here. Let's Stick Together. That combines the two together. So really fun bundle. This bag is from the chip set that came out. We've shown that before too. But instead of using the chips and things that come with it, you can put your gummy bears in there too. So really, really fun suite of products for sure. So I'm just going to set that aside, and I'll just run through all of the samples together so you can see. So this uses the candy kebab. I love the background on that card. I think she just did an ink smooshing technique with it. Here's the candy jar, and it's made into like a little shaker so you can see the window. And here's the candy jar and the gummy worms and the bears. And this one uses the scoop. And this is just using the little bear with the word hugs. And this is the chip set, which I think is adorable. And there's the large bear. which is coming back. We don't have this one right now, but it's coming. And then again, the candy jar with all of the candy bobs. So that is also from Hero Arts. So that has been restocked and we were finally able to talk about it. And here's another set that we haven't been able to talk about because it sold so quickly. This is the critters, the woodland critters that came out from Spellbinders. Now, I don't have samples to show you yet. Amanda has them, but we kind of pushed it off because everything was out of stock. But now that it's restocked, she'll get those samples made up and we'll be able to share those in a future live. 2 different sets give you all the critters. And then they have add-ons. So this one gives you the trees, the signs, and the hammock. This one gives you camp days. So like the fire, the marshmallows, the walking stick, the lantern, the knapsack, and the clothes with the hat. And then there's also some outdoor games too, like bow and arrow and, you know, that kind of thing that you play when you're at camp. And then this one is adorable. It has the bathing suit or the swim trunks with the life jacket, the fishing pole, the canoe, and the paddle. So all of this goes together, and I'm sure you've seen it all over social media because it's so popular. And then there is a really cool stamp set that goes along with this that has all the really fun sentiments that go along with the outdoor camping theme. So that is all available again. And then these are just simple cutting dies. So you get the word and the shadow for thinking of you, for thank you, for hello friend, for congrats, best wishes, get well soon, and we're missing happy birthday and sympathy, and they are on the way. So that is just a really nice staple to have in your lineup. And then we did restock the postage stamp embossing folder and die cut. So we've been talking a lot about this and sold tons of them, but that's back in stock. And this is what it looks like when you cut them out. There's the rectangle one and the arched one. And then, of course, the rub-ons we've been restocking constantly. I think this might be the last Little Leaps one that we have, but I have more ordered, and I've ordered more of the other ones too. But these cards are made with rub-ons. The imagery is all done with rub-ons. So those you can see in the Spellbinders section. And they're super fun too. So that's all been restocked. A new embossing folder. This one is called Favorite Song, and it's got that music pattern. And this is what it looks like when you cut it out. So isn't that fun? So great for birthday cards, great for Christmas time, anytime where you got, if you want to make a card that says you rock, like that kind of thing. It's a really cool set to have in your stash. There's also a new set called Playful Stitched Panels. So you've got that nice wavy stitched edge on all of those. And there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 nesting dies that you can put together for a focal point. And then we have restocked our arches, the essential arches, but there's an add-on die that goes with this now that gives you this cool checkerboard pattern. So this piece layers on top of the arch to give you that. So you can add this on if you've already got the arches or if you like that kind of look. This is an add-on for the cake birthday box from Spellbinders. So lots of people are picking this up. And then also an add-on that people are looking for is this here, the holographic assortment cardstock pack. Isn't that trippy? So in here you get 5 sheets of 8.5 by 11 holographic cardstock. And they are using that in a lot of the card samples that they're doing with that box. And then a couple little one-off dies. We've got the Leaf and Bloom set. Beautiful cards made with this. We've got the smart glasses, and we've got the restock on the landscape cutting dies. So that's it for that. Couple little things here. We've got the glitter brush marker from Prism Studios, and this is just like a brush marker that has shimmer that comes out of it. So when you color over top of something, it adds a layer of shimmer to it. It's a very fun, who used to have these? Nuvo had them. And now Prism Studios has it as well. So that's a really fun product. We talked about the bone folders. Oh, and then Simon Hurley's new silicone paste brush. I can't open this, but this is not a paintbrush with bristles. This is just a solid silicone, sort of like spatula. So it helps you spread paste through stencils, and it comes in the form of a brush. So there's 2 different widths in here. There's a 1 inch and a 2 inch piece. So these are brand new. He's got some new pastes coming out. Oh, Wink of Stella. Yes, Wink of Stella. It's very, very much like Wink of Stella. Thank you. So that's that. I think that's it for now. So anybody have any questions? For those of you who have been hanging in from the very beginning, wow. And for those of you who have been tuning in and out, you can watch this all on replay on our YouTube channel, and take your time going through it, make your notes, etc. So lots of new things, and this isn't even everything. So check the What's New section, check your favorite brands. This weekend is Click and Save weekend. A lot of the things I just showed you won't be part of the sale because they're new. But the email will come out Thursday evening with details about that. Yes, the clear foam tape is on order. It's in high demand right now, so it keeps going in and out of stock. So it's on our back order. So we're just hoping that it'll come to us soon. So we have our fingers crossed for that. Yes, we have clear foam tape coming. Yeah, we have his new pastes coming too. So that's all en route. There's lots en route, actually. It just never ends. So that's it for me. We're at 1 hour and 46 minutes. Thanks again for hanging in there and tuning in, and we will see you all again really soon.